Hello everybody. Hope you guys are having a slightly better week. Sorry, I forgot to collect my supplies. Now this video doesn't make sense. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to remember how booktokers. Did I forget who I am? I literally only did my makeup because I have an orientation at 12 and I don't want to look crusty. I ran out of my Chanel perfume today. Like, look at this. Nothing. Genuinely feels like the end of an era. It is my holy grail. I sniffed it on a woman in a movie theater once, and I leaned over after the show and I was like, excuse me, what scent do you wear? I brought this to Europe with me because I was like, I'm gonna smell good and be foreign. So welcome to my TBR list. Back in the good old days, the golden age of Ansley, I was like a book YouTuber. By that I mean I worked the collaboration channel for a book series, but a lot of my content revolved around books in some degree, whatever. It was all fan-based. Now I'm like 24 and miserable, so I was like, why not take it back to the root of things where it used to be good? So I'm hoping that by reconnecting to my wounded 17-year-old spirit, I can bring her back, do everything for her again. She was bold and fun and ambitious and courageous, and I miss her. I miss her every single day, and I'm so mad. I spent so much time hating her and wishing her someone else. In honor of my 17-year-old self, I decided I would do a to be read video because I think that I have high ambitions for books I want to read, but it's very hard for me to read. I can't sit down. It's insane. I blame TikTok though. The Blade itself and its sequel, Before They Are Hanged, written by Joe Abercrombie. When I worked at my food service job, one of the regular customers who I really enjoyed, his name was Darren, he came in and he like suggested, if you like strong female characters, I have this amazing book I think you should read. And he showed me the first snippet of the first chapter and I was like, oh, yeah, babes, I'm intrigued. I went to go dog sit for my acting coach and he had them. And I was like, Brayden, can I take some of those home with me? And he was like, yeah. Do you want the sequel? How fast do you read? And I said, oh, I read fast. I've been on page 283 for 2 weeks now. So this book basically is like, it's a lot of gore, it's a lot of adventure, it's very dystopian, Game of Thrones in some sense. Basically, you're following Logan Ninefingers and his group of the Bloody Nine, who I absolutely adore. It starts to follow, I think 3 or 4 different storylines right now. I'm only at 3. There's the Inquisitor named Glotka. He used to be an amazing swordsman, but then he was tortured for years in prison. So now he's an Inquisitor and he does what was done to him to other people. There is Logan, who is known as Logan Ninefingers because he lost one of his fingers, and he has this group called the Bloody Nine, and I have yet to see what they're fully capable of, but I've got glimpses and I'm very, very excited. And it also follows the story of Captain Jazal. He's an up and rising soldier in the King's army, but he's also an amazing fencer, and he comes from a lot of privilege and a lot of rich person behavior. So I'm excited to see like his arc throughout this series, but I'm most excited for when all of the stories converge and they all meet right in the middle. I do hate split point of view sometimes. However, it's really exciting to see like when the characters you've grown to love independently meet and interact. It makes me so excited. Next up is Court of the Vampire Queen. I got this book at a meet cute bookstore within my neighborhood. It was recommended to me by the lady who worked there because I said, I'm looking for like enemies to lovers. I'm not sure if this is really enemies to lover. Oh, this is the same author that wrote Neon Gods. Oh, so it's gonna be dirty. I feel like anytime I say enemies to lovers, it just in people's head clicks into like gang, mafia, must be hell. It's like, that's not really, I mean, like it could have been enemies to lovers in college. But Court of the Vampire Queen, I actually don't really know what this is about. So it's like a vampire princess versus a vampire bad boy, and I think they're gonna meet. And I wonder what's gonna happen. So I'm excited for this. This book feels good in my hand. How many pages are there? I actually don't know where the book ends because I'm not sure if that was a snippet from a different book or if it's the same book continued. Point is it's like over it's 400-ish pages. Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Roberts is next on my to be read list. I'm really debating finishing the Blade itself first just because I don't want to let my acting coach down. Like I want to finish the book and I want to return it to him in good condition because some of the pages are a little more bent now that it's been in my grip, which makes me nervous. I went to Europe. I brought way too many books with me because I fully convinced myself I'm gonna be reading. Bitch, you're in a foreign country. Go look at a fucking castle. So the one book I read while I was there was called The Winter's Promise, and it's by Christelle DeBose. But this is the sequel that I got while I was in Europe. If you can see, I'm pretty far in it. Haven't read a single page in about 3 months. Once a book starts with a fantasy map, you know, it's gonna be really good. So it follows the story of this girl, Ophelia, who is known as being like nerdy, frumpy, aloof, isn't really good at anything. Her gift is basically she's a reader. So if you handed me this old bottle of perfume and she would touch it and she'd be like, oh, this was designed in a factory in 2016 and it has been touched by this many people and blah, 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 blah. So she can tell you a lot of things about a lot of things. The first book was a little slow. It confuses me about this writing style is I feel like not a lot happens, but a lot happens. It's very slow burn, which I live and die by. Also on my TBR list is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. I read The Cruel Prince. I remember vividly video DMing the author and being like, what the fuck happened? Because it was right at the end of The Wicked King where something happens to my favorite protagonist. By the way, I think Holly Black does an amazing job writing Fae characters. I think she makes them so fun and dynamic, but it's not like overplayed. Like I wasn't exhausted reading these because they are so similar to so many Fae tropes. Anyway, I ate it up. When I saw this in Target, I was like, yeah, tell me what happens next in the saga. I don't know if this book focuses on Jude and Cardan at all. But if it does, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But here is my to be read list. And if I were still 17 years old, I'd say I'd have them done within 2 months. But I'm logical and I know myself. So logistically speaking, this will be my to be read list for the entire year. Let's talk about growth because I'm being honest with myself. But yeah, I think I'm excited about these books. Okay. Well, that's all I have to say now. But anyway, that is my to be read list video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it, or if you didn't, maybe don't tell me. I don't want to know. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Have a good rest of your whatever day it is. Bye!